Hey everybody, this is the Rider Guy here, and this is the video view for Kamen Rider Ex-aid, episode 10. We're like, about nearly quarter way through, and well, I've got to say, I'm really enjoying the show so far. It's great, I love it, but I'm not a fan of this episode. I'll explain why. So, the episode picks up where we last left off, with the city being infected with this new strain of bugster, pretty much infecting everyone. And the source still being the Minister of Health, Secretary. So, not good. And Emu's feeling really down because, well, no one's working together. And then, the Minister of Health tells Emu, get your shit together, work with everyone, you're a medical team, you've got to work together. So, yeah. So he attempts to get them all to work together, but because of their clashing ideologies and plain idiocy, it doesn't quite work. We also see that the virus is also affecting the assistant minister of health, making him turn invisible, and he entrusts that if he does die, the CR goes to Hero's father. That is not a good thing to say in any circumstance. Ever. So, everyone's still beat up after the fight, and then Emu decides, wait a minute, I have an idea. So he calls up Hero, tells him to meet him somewhere, and he'll give him the Dragonite Hunter Z Gashat. And then he does that. And so does Tagaya and also Karaya. So it was all a ploy. And then, for some reason, and I thought there'd be a better explanation for this, M comes out. And essentially taunts everyone, saying, what, you scared to lose to an intern like me? And so they all fight him. And it's an okay fight. And it has an interesting graphic showing all the sort of start screens for the games they all use. But then all of a sudden, almost felt like out of nowhere, but I think there may be a good reason for it. The Gashat splits up into 4, which I felt was rather random, but it seems that was Emu's plan somehow. I don't know. I just don't know. And then they all get one each, and then they go to fight Graphite, who's been pretty busy making more people infected to make more bugsters. And then they all transform into their respective Dragonite Hunter forms. Emu's Fang, I kinda like. It's pretty cool. Armory. Hero's Blade, which, pretty cool. Tagaya's gun, nice. And then Karaya's claw form. I feel like it could have been done better. It's just my personal opinion. I just feel like it could have been done a lot better. It just feels weird. That it's just got both the gun and the sword, but it's not using both at all. Feels weird. But they have a good teamwork fight, and they defeat Graphite. Just gone, dead, like that. Bit of a shame. I liked Graphite. He was a good general, but it's kind of like Phoenix from Wizard. Gone a bit too soon, but meh. I feel like he could come. I think he could come back though, because Prad comes along and picks up the prototype's Dragonite Hunter Z Gashat. So maybe he might come back, maybe not. I'm not sure. They gave him flowers. But by defeating him, they save the Minister of Health. Woo! But they then say, so who won? Then they all get into a bit of a slight argument saying, who won the battle? and whoever won should have got the gashat. And then Poppy comes along and just says, it's a tie, and they all split up. Which is a shame, because, I don't know, this whole fighting thing, it's going on a little long, but if it lasts, I think it could last like a few more episodes, so, and, yeah, that's the episode. I know they were short, but, I don't know, there wasn't too much to go by on all that. I mean, anyway, next week we see that Dan reveals himself to be Genmu, and he gets his new gashat, which the dangerous zombie gashat. So I'm excited. Can you guess why? So yeah, I'll admit, I like the episodes, the fights were good, the effects were brilliant, it's just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. I feel they've used Genmu, they got rid of graphite far too soon, in my opinion. And the black bugster virus might come in handy, but it's not tackled well enough. So we may not, so who knows, they might bring it back. And I feel like M's execution in this episode was, well, I loved how he played M. It was like a completely different character. But how he brought him out was just kind of, but it's the weakest, in my opinion, this is the weakest one so far. And that's honestly saying not much, because it's still good, it's just not as good as the others. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. Anyway, this is Rider Guy saying, just live more.